if you watched last week's video, you know what I'm about to do. And if you didn't watch last week's video, I'm explaining. So basically, I wanted to put an interior in this truck. When this truck first came out, there's a YouTuber, Harley Designs. He figured out that you can stuff an old JK from Axial into this body. So basically, the top quarter of this with the cage and everything will fit inside this body, and that's what I wanted to do. I'm thinking Proline's interiors are like 30 bucks, and they didn't have the cage, so these things are very hard to come by, and they're very hard to come by at a decent price. I was lucky enough to find one. I'm on a Facebook auction site. They do live auctions. I don't know how I found it, but yeah. Anyway, and I was able to get one of these for 35 bucks. This thing right here. It's in rough shape. Like I said, all this is cracked here. I'm going to do some repair on it. If you're watching this video, it's the same day I did last week's video. This is just the intro. I'm going to do the repair and then start the rest of the video. But I wanted to get this part done so you can kind of see the stock whole thing. I'm going to take this apart and repair it and trim it down and stuff. So what I'm going to do, like I said, is just, and then you'll have the cage in there, and the interior. Probably going to cut it like right about here, the cowl, and then probably just the top quarter of it all the way around. Probably go somewhere here at the body line and just use that part. I am going to take some of this bracing out. I don't think I need it, where this is, I believe, the spare tire mount. I'm not positive because I never had one of these, but this should all come out and just leave me with this and then these two down tubes here, which will still be fine. I don't think this is needed. And that, I mean, if it'll stay in there, I might leave it, but if not, I'm just going to pull it out. The rest of it is going to stay. Anyway, that's what we're doing this week. I know I filmed this video, the intro to this video earlier from last week, but I wanted to get started on patching this body so I can be ready to make them fit each other. Alright, so I got it reinforced where I needed to. The Lexan was broken on this hole too. Let me see if I get my finger on that hole too, and on these same holes but opposite side of the truck. So I reinforced those with some Lexan and some shoe goo. I made a little Lexan trim around here. The reason being is at some point I'm going to cut this out and try some styrene work to make a little bit of a deeper bed in here. The holes for the roll cage in the back seem to be fine, and the holes for the roll cage in the front seem to be fine. So right now I'm just going to leave those. If they do break down the road, obviously I'll just reinforce them. I got it pretty much scribed up where I'm going to cut. So I'm going to cut it along here. I'm going to cut it out. I'm going to cut it a little bit bigger than I need, so that I have something to work with, and gradually cut it little by little until it fits. At some point I am going to take all these stickers off the interior and paint this interior also, but I want to get it mounted up first and fitted, and then I'll go from there. So I'm going to get this cut and then start fitting it. Alright, so my initial cut, tear, got it pretty much down. I know I'm going to trim most of this off, but I just want to give myself room to work with. And then obviously probably in these areas, these door handles, the door hinges, the side mirrors, I think this is a totally different. Side mirrors on the new truck are round and these are more oval. So, and then the taillights in the back probably going to need to be cut around because they go pretty high. But that's the start of the pan, so let me get this. Alright, so here's where I'm at. I basically cut the top completely off. There's just a little bit of a lip. It seems to be, this part seems to be fitting good. What I'm doing right now is trimming the side here so it doesn't interfere with the bumper or the wire stays there. So I'm going to trim these back. For now, I'm just going to keep fitting it. Let's see. So the roll cage is kind of in there, loosely placed in there, just to kind of see. I undid my lights too, just out of the back, so that I can get this lined up. Alright, so I got the back's pretty good. I gotta make a few little adjustments back there, but the sides are what I'm having issues with. I think I'm just gonna pretty much cut it along this line, go straight up here, and cut it right out to there, and then off the front, the rest of it off the front here, because this is all pushing out now on my mirror, where the mirror's mount to the new body. So I think I'm gonna cut that off. I think that'll help. Like I said, just follow that body line there, the top body line, and see what happens. Alright, so I just went and cut this whole line off and up here. I'm still having a little bit of fitment issues. I got to cut the other side. To be honest, I think about cutting it higher, because if you can kind of see, I'm trying to get the angle, this line right here kind of goes out, goes down an angle, and it's kind of, that's where it's kind of pushing the body. So I'm debating on trimming that all the way up to the top, basically to like the top here where it flattens out. But I'm gonna cut the other side and see how it fits. I still got to trim this front off. Probably just gonna trim it. All right, so I pretty much cut it to a pan. That's basically it. I got this loosely screwed on here. I cut a little too much off the front, but it fits in there with some room. It's hard to see, but I'm definitely going to make a few adjustments to it. There's some stuff I'm thinking about doing something different here. Let's see. You can kind of see, I get too much reflection. Definitely fits in there. Like I said, I cut a little bit too much off the front by the cowl. I thought it sat deeper in there. My problem was I was trimming it without the roll cage on it, but I think I'm going to make a change to this and lower the roll cage down to make this pan go in a little bit further. Alright, so here's what I did. You can kind of see I basically drilled out all the holes for the roll cage so that this pan, basically the roll cage comes through there. And what I'll do is I'll either cut these off or build something to support so I'm able to screw this pan to the roll cage. And then, like I said, I'm going to screw the roll cage to the body. But I'm happier now with the way it's sitting than I was when I first got done with it, with the roll cage where it was. It looks good. A few more adjustments to it, but I'm really right there. I'm just going to have to trim the pan thinner because the way I got it, it's pushing out the body. But I see where I need to trim. Should be pretty easy. Alright, so it's the next day, and I'm a little further than I was, so I'm basically going to show you. What I did is I basically, let me start here, is what I've done so far. I actually mounted the roll cage to the body. I don't have it mounted right now, but I'm going to show you how I did that. So I just kind of set this in here. Got it pretty lined up where I want it. Basically trimmed out the front here. I got to trim the seat to get the body post through here. But so what I did is I just kind of pulled this out. Get my other hand under here. Press down on that. All right. So that's what I did, and I took a little bit of white paint and a safety pin. Took some, put some paint on it and kind of dipped it through the holes, and then made it mark. And I then drilled them out. So as you can see, I have 4 holes. You can barely see them, but one right here, one right there. So those are my 4 holes. They hold the roll cage to the body. So I'll show you that. A couple screws in here. Lined up here. So that's that. That's how it's mounted. Those 4 screws, they hold the cage. It's pretty lined up. But the way I have mine fit, I cut mine, like I said, I cut it so, I'm gonna poke this in here. So you can see the cage actually comes through this plate now, so this sits down. Once I get it on there, the back's a little tight. I had to figure out mounting. Like I said, I don't know. I might cut these off and re-drill them, or just glue it in. Because like I said, this plate isn't gonna, I mean, it only fits one body, it fits this body, so if I glue it in, once I paint and everything, if I glue it onto the roll cage, then it'll come off in one piece without any issue. So if I want to put it in another car, but, so let me see if I can get it. But that's how mine fits. I wanted this, I wanted the dashboard up a little higher. If you don't, like when I didn't first put it in, when I didn't drop the roll cage, the dashboard was low, so but you kind of see where the doors go. It's still not, there is a little bit of light coming through there. I'm going to put a piece of Lexan in there on the front here, but it's still probably not as high as it should be, but it's as close as I'm going to get it, so I'm happy with it. Alright, so I got the back seat trimmed because this is where the shock tower is going to have to go. Like I said, I'm going to do something back here, so I'm not really worried about this part yet. I just want to kind of test fit it, make sure. Alright. So let me get the truck and then we're going to test fit it on here and see how it looks. Alright, so my LEDs are hanging out. I didn't put them back in yet. So I got to fit it on there. I might have to trim the seat a little bit more. It looks like it's pretty good though. There actually might be room, but it's kind of hard to tell. But there it is, mounted up. I do like the grab handles are right there in the door, the front and the back door. So definitely liking this interior. I love the fact this roll cage is in there. Wish my windows weren't so scratched up, but hopefully when I change the color of it, it'll, you know. I have, like I said, I need to clean this window, but I cut the, if you notice, I cut the sticker out. I left the trim around it, so I gotta get the rest of the sticker off of there. And I think if I do that to the rest of the windows, you might be able to see in there a little bit better. But there's the back. So definitely got to work on the back, but I'm happy where I'm at right now. It's not mounted in there because, like I said, I got to pull it out and paint it, get all the stickers off of it, clean it up, paint it. But the best thing is it's above the door handles. So the door handle holes on the body, the interior's above that, so the door handles will fit back on there. Let me check the mirrors. Clearance for the mirrors also. So the mirror holes in there, they're all clearanced. Yeah, and everything fits. And it looks good. And now I have an interior, so I'm definitely happy. I have an interior with the roll cage, which is what I wanted. And for a decent price too, like I said, finding those bodies is very hard. And like I said, I lucked upon that one and got a good deal on it. So and the most of it was in decent condition. So really didn't, the front of it and what you call it, the front of it was cracked up a little bit, but for the price I couldn't go wrong. And like I said, Proline's interiors are about 30 bucks, so I think this is a way better looking interior with the roll cage and everything like that. And yeah, I'm happy with it. So that's it for this week. I'll be back to, I don't know what I'm doing next week, so I want to see how long it takes me to get this apart and painted and cleaned and stuff like that. But yeah, we'll see if we come back with anything next week. I do have some other projects that I need to start, but every time I plan on starting them, I get something else for this. But well, that's going to end this week. Like I said, I'm super happy with the interior. Just got to get it cleaned up and painted and stuff. And yeah, so come back next week, see what happens. Maybe I'll have something for this. Maybe I'll start my new project, one of them. But thanks for always coming back. Thanks for watching.